Let me tell you the truth that no one says out loud. Your business didn't fail because you weren't cut out for business or you weren't capable enough. You failed because of deeper patterns that had to be exposed before you could truly rise. So today I'm sharing the 10 reasons why your business did fail and why every single one of them is going to lead you to your greatest chapter in entrepreneurship yet. So I've been creating businesses for the past 15 years, and 2 years ago, everything that I had built just came crumbling down. My relationship ended, my business launch royally flopped, and I was 27 grand in debt. I felt embarrassed, I felt exhausted, and I was like, I'm done. I am not cut out for business. But this breakdown was the cleanest truth that I could ever have received. I realized that my old life did not fit me anymore. My old business model did not fit me anymore. My old patterns definitely did not fit me anymore. So what if your business failure was not a mistake, but life deciding to redirect you to something way bigger, way more aligned, and way more successful? Yes, you and I know that in the moment, business failure is, it feels so brutal. But I've learned that failure is definitely not the end of your entrepreneurial journey. It's the fast track to what you're really here to do. So here's the 10 honest reasons why your business failed and what to do next. So number one, there just wasn't enough demand for your product or service. You must really have a valid product and service that people genuinely want to buy. And there needs to be enough people that want to buy that product. The beautiful thing about this world is that we are so colorful and varied and have so many amazing interests. But if there's literally only 10 people in the world that want to buy that specific thing, it's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to grow. How do you do that? For me, I really genuinely, when I go about my day, look for problems that people are actually having. And this happened to me very recently here in Cambodia, where I'm now living. And as I was talking to different women, I was discovering that they had amazing business ideas, but they were feeling that they just could not put themselves online. They felt nervous about showing up online or speaking online or showing themselves. So I was like, hey, look, this is a genuine problem. So I'm just doing a side project right now. I'm doing experimentation. I'm holding like a weekly workshop for these ladies. Spot the opportunity and take it. So number two, it wasn't your passion. When we see a demand for something, we can feel very magnetized towards it. Like, yes, okay, I see people, but the key is, do you actually care about that problem? Are you passionate about that problem? Would you wake up every day and work on that thing for free? If the answer is yes, then yes. Your passion is there, your purpose is there. And yes, your passions and purposes will change. That's just natural. So please don't feel that, once you commit to this problem that you want to serve, that it has to be forever. You are a human being, probably with a lot of interest, if you're anything like me. So don't feel you're getting married to it, but this is the foundation already of a successful business. Is there a problem that is in demand and that will be bought? And do you actually care about it? Once these two things are in line, you're already winning. Number three, it was never you. So when I'm watching Dragon's Den or Shark Tank and I'm looking at all the business pitches that people give, who wins most of the time? It's actually people who have a background story linked to their business. They will tell a very heartfelt, passionate, emotional story that led them to the business idea or why they want to work in that field. I know that some people do business with no connection to it whatsoever. But for me, and I'm sensing for you, you've got to be part of that story for it to be truly sustainable and joyful. For example, there was one point where I was trying to build a business around the menopause. I was so passionate about women coming into their power. I still am. And I could see a really high demand for it. But what was the problem? Actually me. I was trying to break into that industry in my late 30s. And I quickly cottoned on when I was doing podcast interviews. People would say to me, so have you actually been through the menopause? I hadn't been through it. So it just never worked. Number 4, you try to help everybody. So when you try and advertise and promote your product and service to everybody, individuals are not going to feel chosen. They're going to feel confused. They're like, do you help me? Do you help my specific needs? Do you understand my specific story? Once you niche down and truly focus on who you're the most passionate about and who you know that product and service is really in demand for, it's going to make business a whole lot easier. Number 5, the price did not match the value. And this can work on either end of the scale. So maybe you just priced your product or service way too cheap. People saw the price and they questioned like, is this good enough? Is this really going to resolve my problem at this price? On the other end of the scale, maybe you were charging a really high price, but the product and service did not deliver. So think about where you are in your journey and how you can genuinely give people so much value at the point that you are in their journey. I've been rebuilding my business. I've been through that failure. And I know that you are probably at that point where you're like, okay, I want to start again. I think I can start again. Failure, it's not the end. And yeah, that's exactly how I'm building my business. So think about your pricing and also honor your pricing. This is a practice in self-worth, self-respect, and honoring just how much expertise and mastery you actually have. And that's the beauty of failed businesses, right? Every time we fail, we collect data and we collect experience and we collect lessons that are going to serve us so much in the future. So do not underestimate really how much you know and how far you've come, because you do know a lot and you have come very far if you are watching this video. Price accordingly, trust your worth, charge for it, and provide the value in return. Number 6, you focused on the details and not the desires. When you are creating your own business, you are the spider in the web. And because you are in the center of the web, you can see everything about your business, right? You know all the details, you know all the structure, you know exactly what you're offering. But you have to imagine that your customer is the fly that is just whizzing on by, and you need to break things down very simply. And people do not actually, I'm telling you, people do not actually care about the product. They do not care about the details, i.e., what they're going to get, how many bonuses, how many hours they're going to work with you, whether the product switches on and off or charges for 10 hours, okay? They do not care. All they care about is, can you help me get to my desires as quickly as possible? That's all they want. When I'm marketing, when I'm writing my copy, I actually rarely talk about the process. I talk about the end result. I talk about what you want, where you want to go, and the beautiful benefits of that. When we look at marketing and the history of marketing, people have been selling through pain for years. It can work. I mean, it does work. Let's really flip the switch here and do marketing that is all about the great things that can happen when you have that product service, about how you can reach your goals, about all the amazing things that you can do once you have that product. Let's focus on the superhero element of it, which is very much in your grasp. This is more about the feminine way of selling. We're not talking about pain. We're not throwing it in your face. We're not forcing you into discomfort or panic or pressure. When you really come from a more relaxed energy that just knows that your customer is going to buy because you have something awesome, then there's no need to use those manipulation tactics. You just speak directly to your customer and you reflect back to them how amazing they are, all the things that are possible for them, and what will happen when they actually follow their dreams. Okay? Number 7, you were running on empty. When I was working in certain businesses, I was definitely not looking after myself enough. I was not eating right. I was eating fast food. I was overworking, obsessing, always thinking about business. I had one mentor, I'll never forget it. He said to me that if you want your business to be successful, you can't see your friends. You can't have a social life. Like, you can't go out and play. You need to like do this and this and this and this and this in one day, and you can't go to bed before it's finished. I was like, what? You need to look after yourself. You need to honor this vessel, because this is the transport that is going to get you to your next chapter. That's another thing. I think in business, especially if you are working in a business area like me that does require your identity and you're selling you, you are not your business. You may also be a rock drummer, which I am. I play drums in my spare time. I love it. True fact. So please do not make the business your complete identity. You are way more than that. And when you go to work, whether it's from home or elsewhere, okay, boss mode on, business mode on, and then just go and eat an ice cream and ride your bike. That's what I do. And another thing about running on empty, when you are financially running on empty, you will not lead from a full cup. And that means that you may make rash emotional decisions. So spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, look after yourself so that you can lead from calm, and you can lead from fullness, and you can lead from a very healthy foundation. Number 8, you did not listen to yourself. This is such a common trap, especially with new entrepreneurs, that when you start going into business, you're like, okay, I need to learn every single strategy and I need to know how successful people do it. And yes, it's brilliant to have mentors. It's brilliant to have guides. What may work for one person who is highly successful, there's a good chance it will not work for you. Why? Well, we all have different energy. We all have different superpowers. We all have different experiences. So if you are trying to follow a like step 1, step 2, step 3 formula from someone, yeah, it really did work for them, but that's not you. This is exactly why I created the map. The map is your opportunity to work with me one-on-one to see your unique success blueprint. I will take a look at your particular energy, your strengths, your superpowers, and I'll be able to show you where you are, where you want to go, and exactly how to get there. The link is below in the description. Number 9, you were too determined. If you spend so much time building brick by brick, day by day, something, and it's not working, but you're like, no, I built this, it took me so long, I'm just gonna hang on more. This is actually the behavior that got me in so much debt in the first place. Know when it is time to quit. Quitting is not failure. It could be the best thing that you actually decide to do in business. And number 10, your nervous system was not ready. The mind and the body and the soul are highly interconnected, and so is your nervous system. And as I've been building the failure flip, success has not been a straight line. I've had these waves of high creativity and action, and then just these days where I've wanted to lie down horizontal and do nothing. And what was happening during those times of nothing? Actually just processing, accepting, recalibration. Your body needs to catch up with your mind. There was a very specific time in my past business where, wow, I didn't even triple my prices. I think I increased them by 6 or 7 times. And my client said yes. And I was so excited. And the price in my mind genuinely felt right. I knew the value and expertise that I was providing, but my body, when my clients said yes and the money actually came through to my bank account, it freaked out. And I'll never forget it. I said to my partner at the time, as soon as that money came in, please do not let me lose this money. Because I knew myself, my body at that time did not feel safe receiving that amount of money because I'd never had it before. It was completely new to me. If you just feel the panic rising or the pressure rising, take it easy because your body is just catching up with how amazingly well that you are doing. So let's put these 10 lessons into 3 key things for you to remember as you rebuild your business again. Number 1, honor the patterns. I'm talking about actual data and also your inner self. So as you're building your business, look at the stats, look at the money that's going in, look at the money that's going out, look at the platforms that you're using and analyze the statistics, what's working and what is not, and adapt accordingly. Also, trust the patterns inside of yourself. If a fear keeps coming up, that's a signal for you that it will be good to talk to that fear and work with it. Number 2, honor yourself. Entrepreneurs who have a sustainable and happy and long-time business, they build from regulation, not depletion. And number 3, which I think is my favorite, embrace your uniqueness. There is only one unique me. There is no one else like me on this planet. And I have my own experiences and the own things that I've been through, that my own lessons that I've learned. You have to embrace you. Embrace your uniqueness. It is your secret superpower. Your story, your truth, and your voice are your market edge. So if you're rebuilding after business failure and you want clarity on your strengths, your unique strategies, and the next step to take in your business, then take my Success Reset quiz. It will show you the next move to rebuild your business your way. The link is below in the comments, and remember, you have not failed, you've been forged. Up next, are you feeling that surge of energy to start again? You've been through the failure, you've processed what's happened, and now you're like, yes, it's time to start. In my next video, I'm going to share the most essential step that you must take before you do anything next.